He is definitely working on it. Well, the dog wanted to go down here, so let the dog get his creek dip in real quick. I don't know what you guys can see, what I can't see. Who knows? Maybe you can see the dog down there. Maybe you can't. Come on. Either way, he's happy. I don't know how the sound will be also because the microphone is farther away and I'm not using any type of professional equipment. Obviously, it's an old cell phone strapped to my chest. So, been looking recently at newer cell phones, but you know, trying to find something that looks to be sustainable. And you know, refurbished sounds cool, but the problem with refurbished is that at what point does it become obsolete again? So there's that balance of like, okay, well, if I buy a refurbished one, at least I won't be contributing to buying new ones, and I'll be contributing to the reuse of things. But at the same time, like, well, how long until I have to throw that away anyway? Or, you know, will it be outdated? So, you know, modern life. Lots of things to think about when you're trying to buy things conscientiously. Maybe, I don't know. You know. You know, you can see right now, I don't know if you can see, but I am in a forest for the third year in a row that's been smoked in. So, whether or not that's to do with climate change, that has nothing to do with anything. Let's just figure out what to do now. Let's figure out how to make the earth better. Doesn't even matter if you think it's going to collapse. Like, I don't think it's going to collapse, like I said. I think we are smart enough to figure it out. You know, the design school that I attend has plenty of smart people in it that are ready to do some important work. And I think if we are allowed to do our work unimpeded, and people allow us to do it by helping fund it, and, you know, we can find like-minded individuals that also want to participate, which, you know, there's a lot of people in design school, so, and we're all over the world. I think we need to tie it all together so that people see that we are worldwide and that we're not just, you know, it's not just one dude in the woods picking up trash, which really is unrelated, but related to the design school because, you know, the one thing you have to do when you want to quote unquote regenerate, hey, look at this, we got a whole piece of plastic and it didn't break into part. One thing you got to think about when you want to regenerate the earth is, what are you actually doing on the ground? We can talk about it. We can have movements. We can have protests. But you know what? That's not changing the fact that, you know, all of these microplastics are down here. Right? That's not, you know, complaining and all that kind of stuff will not change the on the ground situation. At least not right away. You know? Because remember, you're going to argue and they're going to argue back and there will be, you know, it's going to become lawyer nightmare stuff, and like, how much will actually get done at that point, who knows. But hey, look, one dude can go out there and pick up trash, and maybe inspire another person to pick up trash, maybe inspire another person to pick up trash, and you know, that's the hope. Pass it on, right? Like, pass on the love of picking up trash. Alright, the dog has given up and taken shelter in the shade. So that's a win for me. Plastic, glass. I have a pile of glass going, so I'm going to pile any metal and glass over to the side here. But, oh man, so, you know, here's the thing I'm thinking about. I'm in school to get my permaculture design certificate and all that fun stuff. As you can see, there's plenty of trash here. And, you know, I wonder how much effect that will have on the world, you know, because how many people are, you know, well, we got a design certificate, but how's that going to help anybody or the world? You know, we have to do a lot of design, big design, massive design, humongo design, you know, like rethink such large amounts of things. I wonder, will getting a certificate make any difference? I feel like it adds to the legitimacy of what I do a little bit. But I also feel like, you know, it's crazy to have to spend something like, I don't know, $1,700 just to get a certificate that says you know how to put things in the right place, you know. But hey, whatever it takes, right? This is mainly metal. That's a win. Glass, plastic, give me this plastic. Okay. Now we're getting the plastic out of here one piece at a time. Ooh, I see some more plastic. If I can leave this place with just metal, I'll feel better. Because at least the metal will just slowly rot away. But that plastic's gonna take a while. I was reading something about biodegradable and the meaning of biodegradable and how they were saying that, hey, biodegradable doesn't really mean anything because there's no time limit to how long it could take something to biodegrade and still call it biodegradable. Means like if this styrofoam will biodegrade, but it will take 1,000 years, well, guess what? It's still biodegradable. Label it biodegradable styrofoam if you want to. Even if what's it going to biodegrade into? That's my other question. Anyway, oh man, this is going to take up most of my bag, but hey, that's a quick one. Good test for the chest mount today. Another bag of trash. Wait till you see how much trash I have total for this month. I'm sorry I missed a few days. Been doing a little bit different kind of work. Let's call it the mutual aid work. Helping some people in town with projects that they have going on, to which my skills are unique around here. So definitely putting myself to use without extracting money from people, right? I feel like that's the key. I don't need money, so why do I need to charge them, right? One thing I will say, hook a brother up with some free coffee, though, when the coffee shop opens. But I do have to go give a hand today to the dude down the mountain opening the coffee shop. Got a little problem with the refrigerator, and I'm going to take a quick look at it again and see if we can get it rolling. Better to fix something than to replace it. And, you know, that is a skill that I have. So put it to use, right? Where you can, when you can. Even if you're like me and not doing that anymore. Just don't think of it as work. Think of it as helping your fellow human. Giving that mutual aid when somebody needs help. Think about it. Like, what's important? I feel like having a third community space is important. Look at all these microplastics. And so if I can assist in any way and lend my skills to help that happen sooner rather than later, I gladly will. That goes to anybody out there listening. If you need help with something, maybe I know how to help you. Hit me up. I might come out there and give you a hand, depending on what's going on. And how conveniently located you are. Oh, lots of plastic going on in here. Okay, cool. Oh, got this little spray bottle. Fly swatter. If any of you are noting down this license plate of this car, feel free to figure out who owned it and dumped it here and then yell at them for me, please. Let me get the bag over there. Okay, there we go. More plastic, fantastic. Look at this bag, you know? Look at that. Shout out to the microplastics chilling in my bag. I was listening to something earlier called, oh, it wasn't something. I was listening to Philosophize This, which is a podcast, a philosophy podcast. To me, it's a fun listen. And what I found interesting was the idea of panpsychism, where like basically everything has consciousness. And what would that mean in this situation, you know, where there's just, does this plastic bag have consciousness? Does it know that it's destroying the earth? If we're all made of basically the same thing, including this plastic bag, just organized in different ways and vibrating at different frequencies, are we all not somehow conscious? What is consciousness? We don't know anything about consciousness, really. So, anyway, just an interesting thing to think about. Anyway, yeah. So panpsychism, the thought that like basically everything has consciousness is that's an interesting thing to think about, because we know plants have some sort of plant intelligence. Is intelligence the same as consciousness? Who knows? Shit. You know, these tent poles are made out of plastic. Hooray for plastic. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Give me this milk jug. Give me this milk jug. Got some more foam. Oh man, this bag's getting heavy. And we hitting the top. Remember, I do have to carry this back to my house. So I think you'll be excited when you see that we basically we'll have a full truckload of garbage by the end of this month, basically, which then we will have to bring to the dumps locally. You can see how that works and how people dump things when they live in the woods. Just a fun field trip for everybody to the garbage. Anyway, I've got my bag full of trash. Hopefully my chest mount worked today. I literally haven't even double checked to make sure that it was still filming, as I just wanted it to be one continuous take and see how that went there. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Oh, and yes, but like I said, I'm sorry I missed the last few days. Just been doing stuff in town for people, and I'm getting back on it right now. Yippee-ki-yay. We'll have to do a couple days of picking up 2 bags to make up for any days that we missed. But I think what I plan on doing tomorrow is actually driving up the mountain, that direction, towards the creek and pass, and we'll go find an abandoned cannabis grow that was illegal. We'll see how much trash we can collect out of that spot. So, like I said, I hope you're all having an amazing day. Don't work